Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry about that. We had a interruption there. Okay, we're just drinking on the coffee this morning. This is Urban Matters Matter Live Chat. Make sure when you come in the room, make sure you give us the thumbs up. Also, make sure that you share this awesome information with your family members, okay? We're just coming at you real quick. We have a question this morning. We have a really, really serious question we need to ask about the coronavirus. And the reason why I asked this question, let me go ahead and ask a question. And then you'll understand what I'm saying in this live chat this morning here, Saturday on the 21st day of March, 2020. The question is, can the coronavirus discriminate? I know, right? Weird question, huh? Can the coronavirus discriminate? Can somebody answer that for me? And I want some feedback on this. Can the coronavirus discriminate? Does the coronavirus care if you're black, white, Chinese, gay, straight, a Democrat or a Republican? Does the coronavirus care? And I ask you that question, family. Give me the thumbs up when you come into the chat room, beloved. Give us the thumbs up and like and share this video. The question is today on Urban Matters Matter Live Chat is, can the coronavirus discriminate? That's the question. Does it care because you're black? Does the virus care because you're white? Does the virus care because you're Asian? Huh? We're sitting around pointing fingers, even with the rhetoric that's coming out of Trump's mouth about there being the Chinese virus, the Chinese COVID-19, whatever he calls it. Make sure you like and share this video, family. We got to talk about this morning. We got to find out if the coronavirus is a racist virus, or is the coronavirus a discriminative virus? Does it just go out and seek whoever it wants to seek? Or is it a plague from the creator? We want to know. Intelligence minds want to know. The black media wants to know. This is the new black media here at Urban Matters Matter Live Chat. This is the new black media. Also, I posted a couple of updates in the heading in the topic of this video. They do have curfew in Orange County, Florida, family. So I know a lot of us like to commute, to Orlando area, that area around Disney World, but they are on curfew from 11 p.m. until 5 a.m. So if you get caught out on the highway shucking and jiving, just trying to have a good time, and you get caught by the cops, they pull you over, family, they are enforcing these laws and these curfews very, very firmly. So there's no telling what may happen. People may get locked up. There's going to probably people wind up missing. People are going to be getting maybe abused by cops. Also, while we lay sleep last night, the National Guard rolled into a lot of our local towns. The National Guards. We know what that means, family. Come on now. We know what that means. We know what that means, family. We know what that means. Come on, give me some feedback. Let me know what's going on in your locality, your local areas. Update us, family. This is what this platform is for, so we can communicate back and forth. This is what the New Black Media is for, so that we can talk about some of the subjects that concern us, so that we can paint the narratives of what's important to us in our families. Yes, that's why we're doing this. Yes. But everybody want to talk about all kind of goofy stuff about our brother Andrew Gillum and all kind of goofy stuff, but hey, I'm gonna talk about that at another time, family. That'll be on another video. But yeah, we're chopping this up today about the coronavirus. Can the coronavirus discriminate on a person? Can the coronavirus discriminate on the family? Is it possible? Is it possible for the coronavirus to be a racist virus? I'm gonna ask that question over and over till I get some feedback, family. Till I get some feedback. Welcome, Miss Evans. We see you in the room, Miss Yulene, Miss Ebony. Thanks for joining us here at Urban Matters live chat. Last night I tried to go live, family, and it seems like the Facebook must have had me in temporary Facebook jail or something. So what I did, I went to Facebook and I went to some of my friends' pages that usually live chat, and I noticed that none of them were live chatting either. So maybe there was a technical difficulty with Facebook, and they're monitoring everything that's going online right now, family. I can assure you that they are paying very close attention to a lot of the information that's being posted on the social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, via whatever. What's going on, Mr. Brown? Thanks for joining us. Miss Howard, thanks for joining us today. We're talking about can the coronavirus discriminate? Because I hear a lot of people out here talking about, this the Chinese virus, and this virus came from China, and the virus does not care. It's here now. We have to deal with it. It's here now, and we got to deal with this, family. We need to come together. And I'm talking to my black folks right now, especially. If there's never been a time that we should come together, we should be coming together right now. Mr. Brown has a statement. He says, we'll read this statement. Say, white supremacy has a way with making everything racist. Example, Hurricane Katrina. Okay. Now, could you break that down for us a little bit more, Mr. Brown? Kind of clarify that for the family and see what we can get out of this. Okay. So you're saying that it is possible for the coronavirus to discriminate on an individual level. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Brown? We got to clarify. This is where now remember, Mr. Brown, this is a platform where we kick straight facts. So if we're going to make a statement like that, we want to back it up with some facts too. You get what I'm saying? So I totally understand what you're saying. But some of the family members, they don't really understand from that perspective, because a lot of them wasn't even paying attention during the Katrina virus. Like a lot of our families are not paying attention right now to this coronavirus. The Hurricane Katrina, none of them paid attention to that. And remember, y'all, in Hurricane Katrina too, I see what Mr. Brown may be saying. They brought in the military National Guards. You remember they start, bringing in the National Guards. And that's what I want to be clear about too, family. When they bring in the National Guards, that should be a light bulb should go off in your head saying, you know what, wait a minute, man, this a little bit more serious than we think it is. So, okay, Mr. Brown says, we'll be last to receive federal help. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, yes. Yes. Now, there could, out of the coronavirus epidemic, whatever they want to call it, pandemic, it can possibly turn into some racist activity afterwards. But what I'm asking Mr. Brown, can the particular virus say, hey, no, I'm gonna go infect this person, or I'm gonna go and infect that person, or I'm gonna go and infect this community, or I'm not gonna infect this community. Mr. Brown said, we'll be the last one to receive the federal help. Also, he says supplies, resources, and things of that nature. Gotcha. We got you now. Thanks for clarifying that for us, Mr. Brown. Thank you for clarifying that for us. We appreciate that, bro. Yes. Yes. If you go into this video that I just right here, the video on, if you scroll up to the headings, I put a video in there. One of our sisters was out in the field. She was at a loading dock, and she works there, and she was noticing that the canisters, or the cans they call them, which are your trailers that come in off of trucks or ships, they call them containers, shipping containers. She noticed that the containers were only too high. She said, well, she comes into work every day. These containers are usually like skyscrapers. I mean, 10, 11, 12 stories high. So she said that is because they are lying to us about the supplies that are being supplied, that are coming in off the docks, that are being imported. In other words, in shipping docks, you have imports and then you have exports. The imports are the materials and the supplies of food, what have you, that we get shipped in from other countries or other nations, or simply from dock to dock. Well, exports, that's the products and all the trade that we ship out of the country. But she was concerned about the imports, being that she said that they're lying, saying that we have lots of supplies. See, family, this is the thing you have to understand about a trade war, economic war / biological war, biological germ warfare. You have to understand, when you depend on trade and industries from another country, and you start nit-knacking and picking sides and want to pick a war with them, family, now your food and your supplies is going to diminish. Okay, Mr. Brown say, thanks for joining us too, Mr. Irvis. Thanks for joining us today. Sorry about that, brother. Mr. Brown says, no, like you said, the virus doesn't care. Exactly, Mr. Brown. I'm hearing retailers are holding trucks out. I just pointed that out. That's because I don't even think there is enough food, y'all, to really sustain the populations through this. We don't know, and it started this weekend. If anybody didn't, if you're not clear, if you think you're going to wake up this morning and you think you're going to go on about your life as normal, you are in for a rude, shocking awakening. Because come Monday, I guarantee you, through this weekend, this virus situation is going to get so serious that you're going to see martial law enacted this weekend. I can almost guarantee it. Just in case you're not familiar with the schools, all of the schools have been canceled for the rest of the entire calendar year. So, as well as this summer, when the kids go back, this thing may not be situated by the time it's time for them to go back for the following semesters or the following fall school year. So I just want to put that out there, y'all. Y'all better wake up, man. I mean, see, I'm gonna tell you now. I can tell you this from the perspective of my culture, which is the foundational African American Black culture. I can tell you this: we're not ready. The average one of my folks down here in Florida, you're not ready for this. I guarantee it. This is not some game. This is not something like, we're playing Xbox or something. You can hit the reset button and start over, or just turn the game off and ignore it. Stick your head back in the sand. Go back up under the rock you've been under. I'm sorry, family, and I hate to sound like I'm, being insulting or ridiculing you, but when you have young kids and you have elderly people that are counting on you to constructively think about what's going on, we don't care about your feelings right now. Your feelings are not of anyone's concern right now. I got into it, not got into it, but we had some words back and forth about one of my beloved family members about, I think we were talking about Andrew Gillum, and I don't know if anybody's seen the pictures that have came out about the brother Andrew Gillum. We still love our brother Andrew Gillum. We still love our brother. But see, when you get wrapped up in a society and you start acting like that society, guess what? The good and the bad comes with that, Andrew Gillum. The good and the bad comes with that. So you got a lot of our folks trying to put on the cape and talking about, oh, we need to give him a chance, this and that. Let me tell you something. When you're a public official and then you get caught, you get busted with your pants down, you can't be talking about, oh, I want my privacy, this and that. No, bro. You made the choice to represent us as a public official. If we're going to vote for you, then guess what? You owe us the respect and the responsibility to be out here conducting yourself like a gentleman, conducting yourself like a professional. But when you get caught in a drug-fueled menage a trois, whatever it was, I don't even care what it was. But the fact is, Andrew Gillum, you was supposed to be representing black folks. You was around here. You a public official, and here we got a coronavirus on the land, and you somewhere getting drunk in a drunk-fueled orgy. I have no love for him. And then one of my family members had quoted, well, y'all gave Jesse Smollett a break. No, Jesse Smollett is a open LGBT brother. He has no shame in his game. He's not married. He doesn't owe responsibility to a wife and kids for his behavior and his actions. So no, those are two totally different situations, Andrew. You owe the people more than an apology, as well as don't try to take the narrative and spin it into, oh, it was just about alcohol. Come on, bro. All right, moving along. So, but like I say, the brother out here, we got a pandemic on the land, and he, bro, I in the pictures, bro, that's not Photoshop. It's none of that. So we don't need none of us putting on the cape trying to save Andrew. Let Andrew Gillum save himself. Okay? Let Andrew Gillum save himself. Pray for Andrew and keep it moving. Don't sit up there and try to insult the family members because we feel like we should have been, gave a little bit more respectability towards our people. And then that's what my family member said too about the situation. They was like, this is what's gonna make it, y'all, when y'all go off on our brothers and sisters like this, and when they make mistakes, that's gonna make it harder for the next black politician. No, it's not. What's gonna make it harder for the next black politician is this type of foolishness right here that Andrew Gillum got caught up in. Now, if he would have just got caught, on the LGBT till, okay, we get that. We'll accept our brother. We got a lot of LGBT brothers and sisters. Thanks for joining us, Miss Johnson, both of the Johnson brothers in the room today. Okay. Yeah, no, Andrew. No, buddy. Don't try to make this out of the alcohol, bruh. You got a lot more going on than alcoholism, bruh. You owe us an explanation. You owe your wife and kids more respect than what they're getting right now, what they're going through. So if y'all want to comment on that today, while we're in the chat room, family, go ahead. We'll comment on Andrew Gillum. But we're talking about discriminating. Can the coronavirus be discriminative? Does that virus care because you black or white? Thanks for joining us today, Mr. Freeman, Mr. Williams. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Red says, blame it on crystal meth. Exactly. He says, blame it on the crystal meth, Andrew. Yeah, that brother gonna try to take it, man, and spin it into, it's all about alcohol. No. Negro, no. I'm sorry for my language, y'all, but I can't stand these jokers. Now, and they want you to give them all the respect of being an academic intellectual, but you ain't got sense enough, bro, to not get yourself into situations like that. Come on. And we almost voted you in as our governor, and this is what you had going on. That's what I'm trying to tell my family member that I got into the Thanks for joining us, cuzzo, Miss Lyons. Mr. Wilson, thanks for joining us today. Definitely. Y'all go check this out, man. They literally got a picture floating around. The man is on the floor, puking. He's naked. I don't know if when he get drunk, he like to get butt naked or something. I don't know. Maybe it's some different kind of drinking. But I've drinking, I've drank a little alcohol here and there for several decades, and I never had the urge to get naked and pass out. Matter of fact, I don't even drink like that. I don't even drink to the way where I pass out, or I may have a beer or two and a mixed drink or whatever. But bro, come on, man. You supposed to be our intellectual brother, man. You was governor. I meant to say you was the mayor of Tallahassee, and come on, man. It ain't even about us praying for the brother and trying to forgive the brother because when you keep forgiving people for dumb stuff like this, they're just going to keep doing it. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Loris. Thanks for joining us here at Urban Matters Matter Live chat. Mr. Cooter Brown says what he likes overtook his decision making. Yes, I totally agree with that, Mr. Brown. Thanks for that comment. Mr. Johnson has a comment. He says, and to think we almost elected him. Exactly. We almost elected Andrew Gillum as our mayor. I meant to say as our governor. My bad, family. Sorry about that. I'm still trying to wake up. Let me get a shot of coffee. Hold on real quick. Yeah. Andrew Gillum, man, he got us looking bad, man. That's all I can say. So listen, bro. Y'all let that man make his bed up. Let that man hold his own nuts right now. Okay? Let him hold his own nuts. Don't try to save him, because like I say, I kind of peeped him out when he first started running for governor, when the elections were, what was that, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? And I was like, I like the brother. I like how well-spoken the brother is. I love how, he got a little swag by the. See, he almost had that Obama thing going on, y'all. And I think that's what they was really trying to throw at us, One of these old cool brothers, articulates his sentences very well and this. But at the same time, family, we got to watch them jokers. Them jokers like that, man. And I'm not talking about from the LGBT tip. I'm talking about from a perspective of sometimes, bro, I'm going to say it like this here. Hold on, Mr. Johnson. We're going to get your comment in real quick. I got to say this while it's on my mind. Sometimes I'm going to do it from this perspective so I don't hurt anybody's feelings, because sometimes I've been trying to work on my delivery, y'all. My wife told me I need to work on my delivery a little better. So she said, I have a lot of great ideas, a lot of great things to say, but it's my delivery. And sometimes, how our family, our family's already traumatized a lot of our loved ones. So I got to work on my delivery. Okay. I'm not talking about from the LGBT perspective. The perspective that I'm trying to explain how Andrew Gillum failed us. He wasn't a threat. He wasn't a threat to the dominant powers in the dominant society that's always fighting against this skin color right here. The melanated, beautiful black matter that runs through my veins. Andrew Gillum has that same black matter. But for some odd reason, he wasn't a threat to our enemies, the people that want to see us fail here in America. And when I noticed most of my political heroes, they were assassinated. They don't get to die of old age. That's how I know they was really being freedom fighters for what's right. When you get assassinated at Fred Hammond, we could talk about Marcus Garvey. We could talk about Martin Luther King. We could talk about Malcolm X. Those are my political heroes. My political hero is not Jesse Jackson. My political hero is not Al Sharpton. My political hero is not. And real quick, family, we're going to get back to this coronavirus because I don't want to get off topic. Those are my heroes. Marcus Garvey, Fred Hammond. Who knows who Fred Hammond? A lot of us don't even know who Fred Hammond is. Okay, moving along. Thanks for joining us today, Mr. Borders. Mr. Johnson's question is, I'm not going to judge him, but he needs to make amends to his family. Exactly. And that's the thing I'm talking about, family. Give us a thumbs up, family. Make sure if you're in the chat room right now, give us the thumbs up. Make sure you give us the thumbs up, family. Please give us the thumbs up, because when you give the thumbs up, family, what that does, that creates a flux in the algorithm of the social media platform, and so that helps our voices go viral. That helps us get our message out. So always when you come into the chat room, please give us the thumbs up and like and share this video. Please do that, family. Because when you do that, that helps the algorithm go viral. So we're just sending out a couple of more invites, family. We got to make this real quick. Like I said last night, Facebook was acting a little janky. They had me in Facebook jail or something. I don't know. They must have had me on Facebook probation or something. I don't think I was quite in jail, but I think I was on Facebook probation, because they don't want this message to get out to the loved ones, so that we can protect ourselves and prepare ourselves for what's going to get ready to happen, family. It's some heavy stuff going to get ready to happen. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Said, thanks for joining us, Mr. Hampton. We're talking about the coronavirus. Can it be a discriminating type of virus? And I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I kind of think that the coronavirus is picking and choosing who it wants to infect. Because it seems like it's more politicians, more of our Hollywood moguls, more of our Hollywood figures. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Brinson. You joining us today here at Urban Matters Matter Live Chat, where we are the new black media. Thanks for joining us today, Mr. Johnson. Okay, Mr. Johnson says Dick Gregory to you, homie. Oh, yeah, what about Dick Gregory? Now, Dick Gregory, he did live to old age, but if you follow Dick Gregory in some of his younger days, Dick Gregory really was a comedian. He was sort of like Muhammad Ali. He was in the entertainment business. You know, he was into like sports and that type of, you know, and then in his older ages, he always was, you know, politically empowered, and he knew a lot of things, but he really got a little deeper with it once he got older. So that's why he was not really considered a threat, Mr. Said. But most of our political figures, if they're really, really fighting for the black culture and for the underprivileged folks here in America, and you try to help the poor and you try to teach them how to create wealth building strategies, and you become what they call a anti-racist strategist, which is what I am. I know sometimes you hear the language that I talk and you think maybe that I don't like a certain culture. No, it's not that I don't like certain cultures. It's just that I love my culture so much that I have to create anti-racist strategies for us to benefit from. And every culture does this. You can go to any Chinatown, any Latin town, right here in America, they have their own little towns named after them. So listen, don't come at me just because I fight for my people and I look out for my people, and I want to see us circulate our money in our communities and create what they call group economics and empower ourselves. Because at the end of the day, family, you got to have that almighty dollar. And you better go get it wise available, because that's what this whole thing is about. This coronavirus is strictly economical. And I know that sounds crazy speaking from a biological perspective, but that is what it is. Trust me, it is an economic fight. Global fight is what it is. Thanks for joining us, Ms. Hayes. We're talking about, can the coronavirus pick and choose and be discriminative? Can that coronavirus discriminate? Can it? Because it seems like we're worried about Trump. We're worried about everything except for the virus. Let me explain something to you. Let me break something down for you, family, real quick. Fox News, CNN, all the media channels that they just readily have available for you. Do not listen to these news channels. CNN is a headline news. They tell you right in the topic, in the commercials, when it comes on and when it introduces and when the shows start. They say breaking news, or they call it CNN headline, MSNBC headline news. That's journalism that all they talk about is what's headlining. They're not going to talk about any type of investigative journalism. They're not going to do any of that and get that to your family, because if they start investigating things, then they may investigate themselves by mistake and show you. And this is what I think Trump is talking about when he says they're fake news. He's not saying, oh, no, they're fake because, they're a fake news outlet, but he is saying that they're fake because they don't give you the full story. They won't give you the full investigative breakdown of the stories that is happening around the world. And so when you do that, you create a biased perspective about your news outlet. And that's what it is. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Wembley. Y'all give me some thumbs up. Remember, when you give us a thumbs up, that makes your voice go viral. And so we can get the word out for you. And definitely, we're just checking out all our channels. We're also, we stream live on YouTube. So we're streaming live right now on YouTube at Urban Matters Matter live chat. Also, we are streaming live on a podcast channel called Anchor FM, as well as Spotify. So y'all check us out and make sure you give us the thumbs up and like. And also, when you go to YouTube, please subscribe to my channel so we can get this information to the family on a regular basis. Okay. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Wembley and Miss McKay. Thanks for joining us today here at Urban Matters Matter live chat. We're talking about the coronavirus and can the coronavirus discriminate? And the reason why I keep asking that question, and I want some feedback on it, I know it's kind of like a weird question, but remember, family, there is no stupid question. Never consider any question stupid. The reason why I'm narrating the question in this manner is because what I want to know is, why are we around here steady talking about Trump, which we know Trump, well, some of us do. Trump is a distraction, family. Trump is the distraction. When you play chess, you have one of the pieces on the chessboard called the bishop. That is Trump's role right now in this whole situation. So look that up. Find out what is the strategy of the bishop on the chessboard. And you will see that Trump is something that you should not even be worried about. What you should be worried about is keeping your eye on the bag. And they want us to fight over who's blue, who's red. I don't even think there's going to be an election this year, family. I'm just keeping it real with you. I don't think it's going to be an election this year. And I may be wrong. But I think that I'm right. So just getting that to your family. We're just getting this information to you today. Thanks for joining us here at Urban Matters live chat. And this is the New Black Media. And what else I needed to talk to the family about today? I had something else I had wanted to talk about this corona situation. Oh yeah, Orange County family, don't go up to Orlando tonight. Somewhere like around the beaches areas. A lot of these beaches are on quarantine and also on. Um, they have the curfews in effect, and the curfews are 11 p.m. most of them. So if you're coming home traveling and you decide to leave the bar at 10:30 and you know you've been drinking and you got to drive an hour home, family, don't do that. Just stay home tonight. If you got a drink, go get you some beer right now, some whatever you drink, champagne, wine. It's 10:30 a.m. right now, family. Go and get your items and your products right now so you don't have to leave your house. You don't want to give these people any kind of excuse for possibly mistakenly shooting you, mistakenly got you mistaken for some type of terrorist. Because let me tell you something, there has been Russian militaries here. They've been in place for years. There is all types of roosters. I mean, chickens coming home to roost. In other words, in famous words of Malcolm X, he say, chickens come home to roost. So what that means is a lot of the turmoil that's going on around the world, this is when a lot of people retaliate on America. When there are state of emergencies during like the hurricane, like the brother Mr. Brown was talking about during Katrina, a lot of our brothers and sisters went missing and wind up dead during state of emergencies because you have a lot of groups out here that take advantage of times like this to kind of knock off a couple of people and kind of even the odds of the population. Because see, they don't tell you this here in science, but scientifically it's been proven. The Black culture populates faster than any other culture on this earth. And so a lot of other cultures, to them, that is threatening. You're a threat when you can multiply faster than another culture. And so the main objective of the system of global white supremacy is to not allow another race to reign supreme. And so if you could populate faster than somebody, then that means you're supreme over them. So they have to kind of, what I'm trying to say, they have to even the odds. Okay, Mr. Knight, and say that's real. Don't even put yourself in that situation. Yes, he's talking about going out here, family, and going out, and you know they gonna. Some of our brothers, y'all like to twist it up and blow in the car, and you know, bruh, don't put yourself in that predicament. Don't even give these folks any reason to come after you for anything. Please, I'm begging you, please. Please, I'm begging you, family, do not go out there, family. Just stay home, take care of your loved ones. How about you're out somewhere juking and jiving, and you come home and somebody's broken your house, killed up your family, took all your food. How would you feel, family? Because you out trying to have a good time and entertain yourself. And I know it's tough, man, especially with football season canceled and all the sports seasons are canceled. And there's a epidemic called cabin fever. It's basically a psychological disorder that humans develop when they have to sit still for a long time. And this cabin fever derived from, sailors being on boats. Sometimes, I don't know if you ever took a cruise and you get seasick. That's kind of something familiar with cabin fever. That they kind of have some type of relativity to them, cabin fever and being seasick. So you become agitated when you have to sit still. You can't deal with it, especially if you struggle from any type of post-traumatic stress disorders or anything like that. It can definitely become affecting and definitely could freak you out. They've even had cases where people literally, they have to be around each other so much they literally become violent with each other. You know, the people that are in the same room with you. There are cases that this is happening from cabin fever. So just kind of getting the information out to the family members. Mr. Howes, I didn't see you in the room. Mr. McFarlane, I see you has joined us in the room. We're talking about why are we out here being discriminative about Trump? We're being discriminative about Chinese people. We are, you know, we're being very, very insensitive to Asians and a lot of different other cultures. But one thing about us, no culture is marginalized more than the black culture. And so I say that because, like, the brother just posted a comment in the, like, one of our brothers just posted in the chat room. He said that they are going to turn this into a racist situation by the supplies that are supplied to the needy or the people that have a necessity for them. In other words, we'll be the last one to get supplies. And also, I posted in the topic of this video, I put a video in the heading that shows a young lady who works at the shipping docks showing us that the shipping containers are becoming minimum at the shipping docks because we're not getting any imports on the shipping docks, or we're not getting any imports in supplies. And that can only come from an economic disruption. That's not coming from a coronavirus, or that's not coming from shipping lanes shut down or shipping boats being shut down. That is a economic disruption, family. When you don't have your docks full with food, supplies, and different goods, that is. Thanks for joining us, Miss Davis, Mr. Davis Lewis. Thanks for joining us, Miss Outing Richards. That's got to be my kin people with the outing. Yes, we're talking about the coronavirus, and we were just talking about some of the imports that are coming into America are starting to have shortages, and this is what explains, family, why you don't see these shelves stocked up as readily as they should be. That is coming from, there is a disruption in the food chain supply that we get from other countries, the imports and supplies such as paper products, different supplies that they sell in our local food and supply shops. Yes, there is a food disruption going on at the same time, family. Listen, this coronavirus, yes, it is real. But at the same time, we got to understand that this is a economic depression we were already in. And so under the skies of a coronavirus, they're going to implement New World Order under this virus. I know if anybody have ever heard of the New World Order, but that is what's going on, family. This is just not simply a biological pandemic or this is actually biological warfare. If you really want to, you really want to classify it as that, it's called bio warfare, biological germ warfare. How many people know germ? The word germ comes from the derivation of Germans, Germans over in Europe. So basically, Germans, their name means a germ that's a man. If you take germ and put man together, you have German. So literally, family, this virus is affecting our European brothers and sisters a little bit more effectively against their DNA makeup than it is ours. And it's not saying that we can't be affected by it, but I'm going to just put some information out here. And this comes directly from the CDC. If you go back in some of my videos, you'll see that, y'all give me the thumbs up. Everybody give me the thumbs up at the count of three. Give me the thumbs up and make sure you like and share this video with your family members. Directly from the CDC, Center for Disease Control, headquartered up in Atlanta. Family, I don't know if anybody knew that the CDC headquarters is in Atlanta, Georgia. That's why you get a lot of, you remember that AIDS, HIV epidemic was running really, really rampant with our Atlanta brothers and sisters. Yes. Remember, family, keep your immune system build strong. You want to build up your immunity to and viruses and bacteria. And I highly recommend, there's a product, you can find it on Amazon. It's called elderberry. Elderberry root they have the drops, or you can take the gummies. Matter of fact, my wife found some gummies online the other day. We're going to get some more of those ordered for her. But yes, family, Amazon is still delivering. So if you need anything, set up your Amazon account and start ordering your products online. That's what I do a lot of times, and it saves you gas, time, and sometimes even money. You can find, if you're very thorough with your searches on Amazon, you can find different products, food, they have toilet paper, toiletries, and all of that. You can order all that stuff right online. So just getting back to the CDC, they say to keep your immune system strong, elderberry fruit. I meant to say elderberry. It's called black elderberry seed. Black seed oil is another great product that you can order off of Amazon. Also, they have these droplets called silver colloidal silver. Y'all write that down, family. Colloidal silver drops. You can drop these drops and they help build up your immune system, because the silver, that's the same thing that is in infants' ears when they're born. They have silver inside of their ears. If anybody knows that, just kind of a little bit of science, biological science for the family. And the silver helps ward off germs and different bacteria in the body. They call it colloidal silver. Look that up. You can back me. Family, let me tell you something about me. I only deal with facts. I don't expect you to believe anything that I'm saying. But what I do expect you to do, I expect you to go behind me and do your own research. Do not take anything that's coming out of my mouth serious until you go back and do your own research. I encourage you to go back and do your own research. Please, family. I encourage you. Colloidal silver, elderberry, black elderberry seeds. You can get them in gummies. You can get them in drops. You can get these build up your immune system. You can go and get black seed oil. And also they got another product called JC Tonic. JC Tonic. Look that up that is a very great drink that helps get inside of you and builds up your immunity, and it builds up the strength of your immune system. What's going on, Mr. Robinson? Thanks for joining us today. Give me the thumbs up when you come into the chat room, and make sure you like and share this video. Also, you can see us on Urban Matters Matter at YouTube, and that's Urban Matters Matter at YouTube. We also at Instagram, Urban Matters Matter Instagram channel, and you can also find us on Spotify also, as well as Facebook Live. So I'm just getting the information out here to the family members. Thanks for joining us, Miss Stowe. This is we're having our morning coffee. I knew I could probably catch a lot of us. Last night I tried to go live, family, and Facebook was acting all janky, man. They didn't want me to get this hot fire information out to the family members. A lot of times, man, some of these social media platforms, sometimes I think they complicit sometime of the madness that goes on into the world, you know? Like they said over in the UK, the internet broke. So people can't even watch Netflix and all of that. Also, family, if you want to make some great investments, invest in companies that kind of cater to what people are doing now, being stuck in the house. I heard the Zoom stock went up. You know, Zoom, that a lot of our teachers and a lot of our professors now are conducting courses and classes on the app called Zoom. It's a conference, a video conference app, and their stock shot through the roof this week. Also, what's that food company that delivers the food? I forget the name of the company. They were about to go out of business and about 6 months ago, and now their stocks are through the roof. They deliver food to your home. Also, that's going to be probably big too right now. Uber Eats. If you want to put some stocks in Uber Eats, they'll be doing a lot of deliveries. I'm guessing, if people trust that. So just putting the information out here for us, family, because I love us, man. And sometimes, I know with us, we forget to love ourselves. We try to look out for so many other people so hard, man. We try to put on the cape and save all these other different cultures and want to get along with them, and we forget about ourselves. And man, that bothers me, man. That bothers me. Like I said, one of the sisters out here, they was caping for the Asians. I seen them some sister out in California say she gonna drive 2 hours to go do business with Asian people because the Asians are being affected by the coronavirus, because people are picking on the Asians. And I put that in my video too. That's called the yellow peril. Go look that up, family. You want some good reading material while you're locked up in the house, called the yellow peril. The yellow peril of I think it was the 1700s. It's where the U.S. started basically doing what we're doing right now. Making fun of the Asians, calling it the Asian flu and all this other stuff. But let me tell you something. Back to that sister. She probably passed by 20 or 30 or 40 black businesses that are being marginalized for the last 400 years. We've been marginalizing. And then you get the Asians, they've been marginalized for 1 week. And now everybody want to put on the cape and go save them. Listen, let them hold their own nuts right now. We got to worry about, we got kids right now not in school. We got so much more stuff to be concerned about right now, man, than trying to be a cape, put on a cape and be a hero and go save everybody. That's why a lot of times the black culture you behind, and I'm not encouraging you not to love people. And like one of my family members talking about, well, we got two totally different beliefs. No, you got to believe, because I don't believe in nothing. I'm the type of person, I deal with facts and knowledge. I don't believe with belief, because if you take the word believe and you take believe and you take the B and the E off the front and you take the V and the E off the end of the word, you're left with a lie in the middle. So the only thing you have to believe is a lie. You don't have to believe the truth. The truth gonna stand on its own. So I always tell people that. Y'all give me the thumbs up for that analogy real quick. Yeah, believe. In the middle, the word lie is in the middle of the word believe. So when you at church and they be talking about, are you a believer? They're asking you, do you believe in lies? So I'm going to leave that one alone, y'all. But moving on. Mr. Grant, thanks for joining us today here, Urban Matters Live Chat. Urban Matters Matter Live Chat. We're talking about the coronavirus, and like I just broke down, everybody want to put on a cape and go save everybody except save us. We've been marginalized for 400 to 500 years here in America. The Asians get marginalized for 1 week, and then everybody want to put on a cape and go save them. So, like I said, family, I'm just here to make you think, man. That's all. I'm here to make y'all think. You don't have to believe nothing I'm saying. I'm just trying to get you to use your brain and start thinking for yourself. Instead of, and you can ask my wife, I've been planning for 3-4 years. I've been stocking up on goods. And she could never understand what I'm like. What? I would take an empty empty milk jug, rinse it out, clean it out, and fill it up with water and put it in the garage. And she was like, babe, why you saving all these water? Because one time I had got caught, family, during a hurricane down here in Florida. And Floridians, you have no reason not to have a preparedness schedule that you go by. You should always be ready for. You should always have generators, gas tanks, canned goods, propane gas so you can cook outside on a propane grill, or even just a little propane fish fry burner or something. You should always be ready in Florida, family. But if you're around here buying Jordans and you're around here buying red bottoms and Louis Vuittons and you're taking all your money and wasting it and you're not being prepared, family, remember, you have children. This is not about you. I tell folks all the time. I tell my daughters, they're grown now, they have a family and everything. And I always tell them, listen, you have a responsibility when you have kids to be able to be financially mature, financially organized. And also you need to always learn how to build wealth. You always need to learn how to build wealth. Okay, Mr. Johnson says, do you boil that stored water before using it? Water can generate bacteria, bro. Absolutely. So what I do, Mr. Johnson, I have water tablets tablets that I put in my water bottles that helps purify the water. And also, before I use it, technically, the water that I'm storing, I don't use it to drink. I only use the stored water that I get out of the faucets. I use that in a case of emergency if the water goes off. And we know y'all down here during Hurricane Charlie, they literally turned off the water for a minute. So the water, I guess because the water, the plants got backed up or something, or sanitizer plants got backed up, so they turned the water off a little bit till they was able to get the flood water out of the wastewater plants, because it floods in Florida, y'all, whenever you get a hurricane, because we have so many lakes and bodies of water around. So what I do, Mr. Johnson, I take the water and I just use it to wash my face and hands and stuff. And then we use bottled water if possible. If we have bottled waters available, we use that for ingestion. So yeah, we just want because if things go bad, family, you gotta have water. They're gonna still hold you responsible to come to work. So you can't come to work because, oh, I'm stank, I can't come to work, and I haven't took a bath in 5 days. They don't care. They don't care. So you must be prepared in that manner. Thanks for joining us today, Mr. Williams. Buckshot. Yeah, we're just going over, a few things during this crisis, family. Hold on, family. My sinus is messing up on me. But yes, we were going over was the coronavirus discriminating, was the coronavirus picking and choosing who it wants to affect and who it wants to attack. And if it's not, then why are we attacking people? Why are we steadily attacking people? Like, I hear people every day, and a lot of people tell me that I'm a Trump lover, all because I point out a lot of sideways tactics that the Democrats are running on a lot of my family members. And I just want us to be politically mature. I just want us to not be politically ignorant and just go out here and vote for people. I care nothing for Trump. I care nothing for red or blue. And I just want to make that clear right here today on Urban Matter Live Chat, because like I say, you know what makes me feel strongly about a political candidate? When that candidate is a threat and nobody wants him in power because he can literally change the life of the underprivileged overnight. If they're not talking reparations to change the disparity of the black culture here in America, if they're not talking about attacking poverty as a whole, I'm talking about every nationality here in America. If Joe Biden is not talking about replacing the rich and taking the poor and making them rich, bro, I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. Because listen, we've been doing this for too long, this voting for people. We had Obama for 8 years, and things got worse. And I ain't saying it's my brother's fault. I'm just trying to tell you, this America. That's just the way it goes. The rich capitalize, and the poor steadily get marginalized. So that's just the way it goes, family. And until they're ready to change that, we should hold our votes. Your vote is power. You can leverage your vote to get your demands met and to get your demands heard. But see, we don't understand that politically. That's a political power. And we're not ready for empowerment, I think, sometimes, family. If you look at Malcolm X downed the Democrats. That's why they killed him. That's who killed Malcolm X, the Democrats. It wasn't no Republicans. It wasn't no rednecks like y'all like to say. No, it was Democrats, because he started talking about them, and he started using his political power, and he started using his political intelligence. And that's what we must do. We must use our we must become informed when it comes to politics and stop just voting for people because they look like you. That's how Andrew Gillum got caught up in what the mess he got caught up in. So just putting that out there, family. And I ain't gonna hold y'all up today. I may do another video tonight if I get some information, but go to the articles that I post in this. Also, family, do not go to Orange County tonight if you're in the Central Florida area. Do not go to Orange County tonight, family. They are on heavy patrol, heavy lockdown. The National Guards are in town. They have a curfew from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. So if you get caught up coming home and you left, say for instance, you left and anyway, all the stores are closed. Everything is closed. You have no business traveling unless it's absolutely necessary, like you're going to check on a family member or something. Come on, man. Let's wake up, man. We gotta start thinking, family. We gotta start using our brain. A lot of us don't think. I'm here to make you think, family. That's why I do this. I'm not doing this for likes. I'm doing this to make. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Mitchell. I'm doing this to make you think. That's all I want to do. I want you to ask questions. I want you to question things more. Come on, family. Let's get it together, man. This crisis is going to wake up a lot of people, y'all. This is just not a virus. This is an economic changeover. You know what that means? That means it is an economic global collapse. The banks. Go look at this bank called Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank. Go look at this other bank called Monte dei Paschi. These banks have been in trouble for over 5 years. They filed bankruptcy. How do a bank file bankruptcy? And all of our banks, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, all of these banks are attached to these central banks. The ECB is called the European Central Bank. Also, you have the IMF. They've been coming out making warnings against the financial sector for the last 3 years. The IMF is an organization called the International Monetary Fund. What they do, they are kind of like the watchdog over the entire financial sector of the world. And they decide a basket of currencies. You have America is the dollar is the world's reserve currency. And then you have the euro, which is the European currency. These are the 3 strongest currencies, and then you have the UK pound, the United Kingdom. That's the British pound. These three currencies dominate the financial systems of the world. But now what's happening, you have Russia and you have countries like Iran and China who GDP has surpassed our GDP, like ran circles around our GDP, which is our gross domestic product. That's the acronym for gross domestic product. India has over 1.6 billion something people. India has one of this past year, they had the strongest currency in the world. But what happens is, because of colonization for so many centuries, the US, the UK, and Europe will not allow any of these other currencies to be competitive with their place in the world. So when I say the US dollar is the world reserve currency, that means that the US dollar can be used in any country on this earth. Other countries want that privilege as well. And for some odd reason, there are powers that be that is not allowing that to happen. So what it does, it creates an economic vacuum, which creates an economic warfare. This is why we put all these sanctions on different countries and on their trade. And because at the end of the day, we don't want to have to compete. We want to be what they call the empire. We are a global empire and we want to rule everybody. And that's just what it is, family. And so you have some people that have access and have knowledge of how to create biological weapons that come in and cause a distraction when there is an economic downturn in the world. And so everybody's mind is on this virus and you're not even watching. Your banks are closing down. I know I can tell you right now, at least 10 banks in our area have closed down in the last year. What about a lot of these corporations? You see a lot of these CEOs are stepping down. That's been going on for 5-6 years, family. I can show you right now, Wells Fargo had at least 5 CEOs in the last 2 years. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase. Family, you're home. Go to YouTube. This is a good little movie clip to watch. It's a little short film, a little short documentary. It is called The Creature of Jekyll Island. Go look that up. The Creature of Jekyll Island. In Jekyll Island is an island that's in Georgia. What? An island in Georgia? Ain't no islands in Georgia. Or Georgia? Trust me, it is an island in Georgia. Here's a beach in Georgia. Georgia has a beach line. Trust me on that. They don't talk about it a lot, but it's out there. It sits right below Paris Island, and a lot of our Marine brothers and sisters know where Paris Island is. The Creature of Jekyll Island, family. And I'm going to leave it on that note today, family. Thanks for joining us here, Urban Matters Matter Live Chat. We had a great chat today, and I got some information out there, family. I always refer back to these videos, refer back to my website. Also, you can reach me at Urban Matters Matter Live Chat Facebook group. We have a group here at Facebook. And give me the thumbs up, family. We going out of here. Peace and love. Stay safe out there. And remember, family, stay put. Get out there and do some yard work. Get out there and get in your yard. Build your garden. You're going to need some gardens in a minute when the grocery stores shut down. You're going to need something to eat. So you better go learn how to be a farmer. Better learn how to grow your own food. Peace and love, family. Peace, love, and Black power.